Good morning, students. So, in this class let me explain what are the symmetrical components. As I discussed, you might have gone through the slides and PPT that is provided along with explanation. So, let me give you again a brief explanation, and then we go ahead with the other relations of symmetrical components. So, what is symmetrical component theory? That is the Fortescue's theory. Any unbalanced set of phasors, they can be resolved into phasor sets of balanced nature. That means, suppose if you consider a 3-phase unbalanced system, then this 3-phase unbalanced, it can be resolved into 3 sets of balanced phasors. Okay. So, if it is 6-phase, you can divide that into 6 phase. If it is 9-phase, you get 9 sets of balanced phasors. So, because we are dealing only with the 3-phase unbalanced systems, let us assume that if it is a 3-phase unbalanced system, it can be resolved into 3 sets of balanced phasors, and each set it contains 3 phasors again. Okay. So, the advantage, as I mentioned already, once if it is resolved into balanced phasors, each phasor set can be dealt on per phase. So, per phase analysis is possible when we consider the Fortescue's theory, because we are invariably converting this unbalanced system into balanced sets. Each balanced set, it can be dealt with per phase analysis. So, that is the main advantage. Otherwise, if it is an unbalanced system is to be analyzed, it takes time, it is more tough, more tedious, and very difficult to solve. So, such an unbalanced system can be resolved into balanced sets of phasors. And what are those 3 balanced sets of phasors called? One is positive sequence set. The second one is negative sequence set. Third is zero sequence set. Okay. So, 3 balanced phasor sets: first set, second set, third set. First set is called positive sequence components of the original unbalanced system. Second set is called negative sequence set of the original unbalanced system. Likewise, third set, it is called zero sequence set or zero sequence components of the original unbalanced system. So, what is the relation? Already I defined what is alpha. Alpha is a unit vector which, when multiplying any other vector, rotates that vector by 120 degrees in counterclockwise direction. That is very, very important. So, alpha rotates any vector. Suppose if it is some voltage V, if you want to take V multiplied by alpha or alpha V, what it does is it rotates this vector by 120 degrees. So, this is already V. So, alpha V will be somewhere here. This is 120 degrees alpha V. So, alpha V is nothing but it is one angle 120 degrees, multiplying any other vector by 120 degrees with unit magnitude. So, it is not going to change the magnitude, magnitude remains same, but only it rotates that vector by an angle 120 degrees in counterclockwise direction. That is very, very important. Whereas, in our system, if we take a balanced 3-phase voltages or currents, if this is VR, Vy will be here, Vb here. It is clockwise direction 120 degrees. So, it is uniform phase angle of 120 degrees in clockwise rotation. So, we refer clockwise rotation for our balanced vectors and all for our normal notation. Whereas, alpha, it is going to rotate any vector when it is multiplying with unity 1 magnitude, it is getting multiplied by 1, but it rotates that vector, whether it is current or voltage, by 120 degrees in counterclockwise direction. Okay. So, alpha is one angle 120 degrees, which is e power j 120. Okay. So, all that I had given you. What is alpha square? Alpha square is 1 angle 240. Okay. So, which is nothing but alpha conjugate, because this is nothing but 1 angle minus 120. Alpha is 1 angle 120. So, alpha square is becoming 1 angle minus 120. So, it is nothing but alpha conjugate. What is alpha cube? Alpha cube is alpha square into alpha, that is alpha conjugate into alpha, that is going to be 1. Alpha cube is 1. Alpha power 4, it is alpha. Alpha power 4 is alpha cube into alpha, which is alpha. So, all this I mentioned in last class, and also I asked you to calculate what is 1 plus alpha square. What is 1 plus alpha square? Any of you work it out? Ask you to prove that it is 0, or alpha plus alpha square is minus 1. So, these relations are very, very important. Okay. Then you should remember 1 plus alpha square is always 0. Okay. Then now, as per Fortescue, a set of unbalanced vectors, 3 phase voltages or currents, they can be resolved into 3 sets of balanced vectors, each set containing 3 vectors. The 3 sets are called positive, negative and zero sequence components. So, positive sequence components are set of, I am now elaborating the positive sequence components. These are 3 balanced phasors identical in magnitude. So, balanced phasors means they are balanced, they satisfy the balanced condition, and they are having, which means identical magnitudes and displaced by 120 degrees with respect to each other. These are the 3 balanced phasors. Balanced means with identical magnitudes and having interphase angle 120 degrees. Okay. Set of 3 balanced vectors equal in magnitude, symmetrically spaced, that is what is balanced with respect to each other, and have the same phase sequence as that of the, and have the same phase sequence as that of the original unbalanced system. Okay. So, these are 3 balanced phasors, which means these are the 3 phasors which are having identical in magnitudes and symmetrically spaced. That is what a balanced means, and have the same phase sequence as that of the original unbalanced system. That is why it is called positive sequence components. If original system is ABC, it also follows ABC sequence. If the original unbalanced system is ACB, this also follows ACB. That means positive sequence components are 3 phasors which are identical in magnitude, spaced at 120 degrees with respect to each other, and these phasors, they follow the same phase sequence as that of the original unbalanced system. Okay. Now, negative, let us go with negative sequence components. So, what are negative sequence components? These are again 3 balanced phasors have the opposite phase sequence as that of the original unbalanced system. So, this is the difference. So, these are again 3 phasors which are balanced, that means having equal magnitudes and spaced at 120 degrees with respect to each other, and have the opposite phase sequence. The phase sequence that these phasors follow is opposite to that of the original unbalanced system. So, here if the system is ABC, original unbalanced system is ABC, this follows ACB. It follows opposite phase sequence. Okay. So, if original unbalanced system is ACB, this follows ABC. That is all the difference. Then zero sequence components. Zero sequence components. These are again 3 phasors equal in magnitude, equal in magnitudes, that means identical phasors with identical magnitudes and having no phase difference. So, that means these are 3 identical phasors without any phase angle difference. Okay. So, these are 3 phasors equal in magnitudes and having no phase angular difference. This set is called zero sequence components. I hope it is clear. You are dividing unbalanced system, 3 phase unbalanced system into 3 sequence components. First sequence component, positive sequence component. These are 3 phasors with identical magnitudes spaced at 120 degrees and they follow same phase sequence as that of the original unbalanced system. Negative sequence components. These are 3 phasors which are identical magnitudes and symmetrical phase angle, that means 120 degrees, but phase angle sequence, the sequence of the phasors they follow is opposite to that of the original unbalanced system. Then third set, zero sequence components, these are identical, all 3 phasors are identical with respect to each other without any phase angle difference. So, that is why these are called zero sequence components, 3 phasors equal in magnitudes, but without any phase difference, or they are all in phase components. All 3 phasors here they are in phase. Okay. So, suppose if the original unbalanced system, I can draw that to give you more clarity. Suppose you consider these 3 voltages VA, VB, VC. Okay. So, VA, VB, VC, the magnitudes are different and also at the same time the interface angle is not 120 degrees. So, any one of this is not following, that is nothing but an unbalanced system. Here all 3 phasors are of different magnitudes and also the angular displacement A to B, B to C, C to A, it is not 120, it is something else. So, it is an unbalanced system. Okay. Three-phase unbalanced. Now, as per Fortescue, this can be resolved into 3 sets of balanced phasors. First set, positive sequence set, what it says is this can be resolved into positive sequence components, negative sequence components and zero sequence components. What is positive sequence component? Positive sequence components, they follow same phase sequence as that of the original unbalanced system. This is ABC. Okay, it is following ABC sequence. Sequence is ABC. So, here also it follows ABC sequence, because these are balanced. Positive sequence set, negative sequence set and zero sequence set, they are balanced phasors. So, they will be having identical magnitudes and uniform phase angle. Okay, balanced means that. So, this is VA1, VB1, VC1. So, as I said, the positive sequence values we refer with subscript 1. So, VA1, VB1, VC1 are the three positive sequence components. These are all identical in magnitudes. Okay. VA1, VB1, VC1, these are all with same magnitudes and having interphase angle also 120 degrees with respect to each other. And you can see ABC, it is following ABC sequence. So, positive sequence set following phase sequence ABC as that of the original unbalanced system. Okay. Then, what is negative sequence components? Negative sequence components, again these are balanced. Suppose if I say this is VA2, you get VB2 here, VC2 here. So, you can see ACB sequence. So, this is a negative sequence set which is following phase sequence ACB, opposite phase sequence. Okay. VA2, this is 120 degrees, VC2 is appearing first, then with respect to VC2, VB2 is again 120 degrees. So, phase sequence you can clearly see it is opposite phase sequence to that of the original unbalanced system. Original unbalanced system is following ABC. So, positive sequence set they follow ABC. Negative sequence set it follows opposite phase sequence. So, you are getting ACB sequence here, but the magnitudes and all they will be same. VA2 is same as VB2, VB2 is same as VC2. Okay. So, if you want I can write that VA1, VB1, VC1, these are identical in magnitudes, and VB1 lags VA1 by VB1 is VA1 angle minus 120 degrees, VC1 is VA1 angle minus 240. Similarly, here VA2 is same as VB2, this is same as VC2, all magnitudes are same, and interphase angle is also 120 degrees, but what is VB2? VB2 is VA2 angle minus 240 and VC2 is VA2 angle minus 120, that is the difference. Okay. Then zero sequence. Zero sequence set. What is zero sequence set? It is, you will be getting three phasors VA0, VB0, VC0, which are identical in magnitudes. Again, all these three are having equal magnitude, but no phase angle difference. So, VA2, VA0 is same as VB0, this is same as VC0. I am not even taking the magnitudes, they are identical in phase components, they are in phase. So, in phase means VA0, VB0, VB0, VC0, VC0, VA0, no phase angular difference, they are all in phase. Okay? So, VA0 is same as VB0, that is same as VC0. Okay. Now, as per Fortescue's theorem or symmetrical components theory, this unbalanced three phase system, it can be resolved into positive sequence plus negative sequence plus zero sequence. If you add up all these components which are balanced, this is a balanced set, this is a balanced set, this is a balanced set, and if you combine all this, if you superimpose all this, you get the original unbalanced system, and vice versa. It is also possible. You can resolve unbalanced system into symmetrical components, or symmetrical components, if you combine, you get the original unbalanced system. Okay. So, please try to understand the what we call the notations. So, ABC voltages or currents, they belongs to unbalanced system. The subscript 1, VA1, VB1, VC1, they refers to positive sequence components of the original unbalanced system. VA2, VB2, VC2, they refer the negative sequence component set of the original unbalanced system. Then VA0, VB0, VC0, they refer to zero sequence component set of the original unbalanced system. So, positive sequence set, negative sequence set and zero sequence set, if you add up, you get the original unbalanced system, or vice versa. The original unbalanced system can be resolved into the three groups. Okay. So, what we are doing is this VA1, VA2, VA0, likewise VB1, VB2, VB0, okay. VC1, VC2, VC0, they can be combined to form the original unbalanced system. Okay. So, I am writing that now. VA, original unbalanced voltage of phase A, likewise VB, VC, what we considered, three unbalanced phases. What is VA? It is VA1 plus VA2 plus VA0, is it not? The unbalanced phasor can be resolved into three components of its phase: VA1 positive sequence component, VA2 negative sequence component, VA0 zero sequence component of phase A. Likewise, VB, we are resolving this into its positive sequence, negative sequence and zero sequence. VC is the combination of VC1, VC2, VC0. Okay. So, what we are doing is we are combining. We know pretty well that VA can be resolved into its components, three components, likewise VB, likewise VC. Okay. Now, out of these 9, even though the number appears to be 9, there is no need of solving all these 9 values. Why? Because you know the interrelation. Suppose if you consider VA1, what is VB1, what is VC1, you know. VB1 lags VA1 by 120 degrees, is it not? Likewise VC1, the interrelations are known. VA2, VB2, VC2 we know. Likewise VA0, VB0, VC0, they are anyway same. So, out of the 9, only 3 values if they are known, the remaining values can be interpreted. Okay. So, we can start writing that this, suppose VA1, VA2, VA0 if we take as the first set of known quantities. I would like to represent the remaining all in terms of VA1, VA2, VA0. So, VB, which is VB1 plus VB2 plus VB0, I can write this in terms of VA1, VA2, VA0. What is VB1 in terms of VA1? This is alpha square VA1, is it not? VB1 is alpha square times VA1. I am representing this in terms of alpha. So, it is alpha square VA1 plus what is VB2? Alpha times VA2, and VB0 is same as VA0. Okay. So, VB1, VA1, VB1, VC1 you take. So, suppose if you take this is VA1, VB1, VC1. So, what is VB1? VB1 is alpha square times VA1. Okay. This is 120 degrees, 120, 120. So, in counterclockwise direction, it is alpha square, that is alpha square times VA1, that is VB1. Okay. Then VA2, VB2. So, you need to take the other set. This is if you take VA2, this is VC2, VB2, because it follows negative sequence. Okay, this is positive sequence, this is negative sequence. So, what is VB2? VB2 with respect to VA2, it is alpha times VA2. Okay, and VA0, VB0, VC0, they are same. So, I am rewriting this VB1, VB2, VB0 as alpha square VA1 plus alpha VA2 plus VA0. Then VC, which is VC1 plus VC2 plus VC0. Similarly, you can refer this in terms of VA1, VA2, VA0. So, what is VC1? You see here, with respect to VA1, it is alpha times, in counterclockwise direction, it is only 120 degrees displacement. So, alpha times VA1 plus VC2 in terms of VA2, VC2 in terms of VA2, this is alpha square times VA2 plus VA0, VC0, VB0, VA0, they are all same. So, this is what the relation is. So, VA is VA1 plus VA2 plus VA0, VB is alpha square VA1 plus alpha VA2 plus VA0, VC is alpha VA1 plus alpha square VA2 plus VA0. So, now you can see only 3 are unknowns, we know alpha. Okay. So, even though these are 9 as appearing, but only 3 quantities if we know, remaining all you can refer in the known quantities. Okay. Right. Let us represent this in matrix form. The same relation VA, VB, VC. This is some matrix multiplied by VA1, VA2, VA0. So, what is the interrelated matrix? VA is VA1, VA2, VA0. So 1, 1, 1, is it not? VA is VA1 plus VA2 plus VA0. What is VB? Alpha square VA1, alpha VA2, VA0 is 1. So VB is alpha square VA1 plus alpha VA2 plus VA0. Then VC is alpha VA1, alpha square VA2, alpha square 1. So that you are getting VC as alpha times VA1 plus alpha square VA2 plus VA0. So this is the relation between unbalanced phasors to symmetrical components, unbalanced values to symmetrical components. This interrelated matrix, this is called transformation matrix between symmetrical components and unbalanced system. You can even write IA, IB, IC is same matrix, here IA1, IA2, IA0 you get. Okay. So this is called transformation matrix. Transformation matrix capital T. This structure you should remember, so that you need not write every time all these interrelations. You should know VA, VB, VC. It is T times VA0, VB0, VC0. I will be writing this V A B C, this is T multiplied by V1 to 0. I am just simplifying this. V A B C T times VA1 to 0. Okay. So this is 3 by 1 matrix, this is 3 by 3 matrix, this is again 3 by 1, a column matrix. This is a column matrix, this is a column matrix, this is a 3 by 3 square matrix. Okay. So sometimes they may write this as VABC is T multiplied by V1 to 0. So whether you use these as superscripts or subscripts, it hardly matters, it's our understanding. So in some textbooks they use this VABC, we will be using VABC, it hardly matters. Okay. So the transformation matrix, you should remember 1 1 1, alpha square alpha 1, alpha square 1, and this is you are following positive sequence first, negative sequence next and 0 sequence last. In some textbooks they follow 0 sequence first, then positive sequence, then negative sequence. Okay. The rows and columns they differ depending on how you take. Okay. If I write VA, VB, VC taking VA0 first, if I take VA0 first, what is that? The transformation matrix changes, the structure changes. So please do remember, we are writing first positive sequence, next negative sequence, next 0 sequence. Further this structure is 1 1 1, alpha square alpha 1, alpha square 1. Okay. Advantages, disadvantages, you can just go through the material that is given. Now this VABC is T multiplied by V1 to 0. Okay. And what is this T? T is 1 1 1, alpha square alpha 1, alpha square 1. That means the unbalanced system, it can be resolved into the symmetrical components using transformation matrix. Suppose if V1 to 0 is required. So sometimes you might be given the other way. Okay. If unbalanced phasors are given, you are resolving that into sequence components. Suppose if sequence components are given, how to resolve this? That is nothing but T inverse, okay, VABC. I hope you will be able to obtain what is T inverse. V120, it is T inverse VABC. What is T inverse? The T inverse, solve for T inverse, all of you, is 1/3 of the T inverse structure is 1 alpha alpha square 1 alpha square alpha 1 1 1. So, this you do it, okay. Solve for T inverse and prove that it is going to be this. You substitute what is alpha square? Alpha is 1 angle 120, alpha square is 1 angle 240. You substitute and then take T inverse, and definitely this is T inverse. So, you should remember what is T structure, what is T inverse, so that any values, sequence components to unbalanced system or unbalanced system to sequence components, you can quickly transform. Now, one small important derivation I would like to give you here, and later we put an end to this class. Okay. Now, consider a balanced system. A balanced system of voltages or currents, whatever it is. You just consider a balanced three phase system, which means suppose you take VA, VB, VC. Okay. You are considering balanced voltages VA, VB, VC. So, balanced in the sense, you know, VA is same as VB, this is same as VC, and at the same time VB is VA angle minus 120 and VC is VA angle minus 240. This is what is our ABC positive sequence, or it is following ABC sequence, let us say. Then you know the interrelation VA, VB, VC, the magnitudes will be identical, and VB lags VA by 120 degrees, VC lags VA by 240. Okay. For a balanced system. Now, for a balanced system, if you try to obtain the sequence components, what are the values you get? So, that is the question. Obtain sequence components of the balanced system. Okay. So, we are now trying to do this. Okay. Now, what is VB? For a balanced system, VB is VA angle minus 120 in terms of alpha, because we want to obtain in components, sequence components. What is VB? VB is alpha square times VA, is it not? Because it is minus 120. Then what is VC? VC is alpha times VA. So VA1, VA2, VA0. What is this? Is 1/3 of 1 alpha square, 1 alpha square alpha 1 1 1. This is the inverse transformation matrix into VA, VB, VC, is it not? So this VA you can leave as it is. VB I can substitute alpha square VA, and VC is alpha times VA. What I am doing is just I am resolving into VA1, VA2, VA0, okay, the positive sequence, negative sequence and zero sequence components. For that I need to take inverse transformation matrix T inverse, that T inverse is marked here, and multiplied by VA, VB, VC, that for a balanced system of voltages, you know VB is alpha square VA and VC is alpha VA. Now you just substitute and see VA alpha square VA alpha times VA, that is all, okay. So you need to simplify. So if you simplify this, you will be getting 1/3 of VA alpha cube VA again alpha cube VA, this multiplied by this, okay. So what it becomes? You just simplify this, okay. So VA plus alpha cube VA plus again alpha cube VA, that is my first term, okay. Then second term, this multiplied by this VA plus VA plus alpha power 4 VA plus alpha square VA, that is the second, okay. Then third term VA plus alpha square VA plus alpha VA. So I just multiplied this with this. So this is a 3 by 3, this is a 3 by 1. So I will be getting 3 by 1. Resultant is 3 by 1. Now what is alpha cube? It is 1. What is alpha power 4? Alpha, okay. So such substitutions if you do, you will be getting this as 1/3 of this is VA plus VA plus VA, is it not? This is 3 VA rather, okay. Then what is the second term? Second term, it is 1 plus alpha square V A you get. Is it not? V A alpha square V A, this is alpha power 4 is alpha. So, V A plus alpha square V A plus alpha V A. So, that is 1 plus alpha square V A. What is 1 plus alpha square? This is 0. Similarly, here V A plus alpha square V A plus alpha V A. So, this is also 1 plus alpha square V A. So, which means this is nothing but 1/3 of 3 V A 0 0, is it not? Or this is V A 0 0. This is the final one, which is very, very important. So, for a balanced set, if you try to resolve into symmetrical components, what you are getting is V A 0 0, which means the balanced set of phasors, voltages or current will have only positive sequence values. Negative sequence value is 0, 0 sequence value is 0. Okay? So, that is what is the final conclusion. For a balanced system of voltages or currents, the positive sequence component alone exists. Negative sequence component and 0 sequence components, they do not exist, or they are going to be zeros. That is for a balanced phasors. Okay. So, please note down that statement. For a balanced set of voltages or currents, they will have only positive sequence voltages or currents respectively, no negative and 0 sequence components, or 0 and negative sequence components are absent. Okay. So, please make this a point which is very, very important. For a balanced system, you get only positive sequence component. Negative sequence component and 0 sequence component, they become 0 or absent, they are absent. You get only positive sequence values for a balanced system. If it is an unbalanced system, you get positive sequence, negative sequence and 0 sequence components. Okay? Thank you.